You're listening to the Valley Labor Report with David Story and Jacob Morrison.
There's a strike happening in Alabama. 415 steelworkers are on the picket line, walked off the job, not going into work right now at Constellium, which is an aluminum processing facility. Aluminum processing facility in Muscle Shoals. 415 steelworkers walked off the job. They've got scabs already on site doing work.
From talking to the business agent last week, they've got 3 people that's crossed the line so far. So
Only
they're
3?
holding
Really?
their own. So that's good.
Wow. They haven't brought in other people.
That's what happened the last time. I hadn't confirmed that's happened again. This time I'm certain that they will if it goes on.
Right, sure.
If they can find workers that'll come in and cross the picket line, I'm certain they will. Mm-hmm. But their spirits are high. They've been negotiating this contract since September.
Right.
And the fact is, the company wants to do away with seniority, and it's terrible. They're forced overtime consistently. And one of the great things about being in a union is your number is your number. If you hired in 20 years ago and somebody hired in last year, well, your number is better, and that's just the way it works. But to be able to come in and lay somebody off out of seniority, that is discriminatory against somebody that's given 20 years of their life to this company.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, that's just, we want to talk about, doing right by folks, having a good, moving about the world in a moral way. If somebody gives 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of their life to a company, they deserve some, they deserve extra consideration.
They deserve everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, and it frustrates me on a continual basis, the fact of the matter, and I talked about it earlier in the week, these owners do not create jobs. Mm-mm. It is very important for people to understand that consumers of that product is what creates jobs. And these workers are fulfilling that product. They're processing, manufacturing that product. They deserve the business.
Right.
Somebody that works, that lives, I say works, somebody that lives in Colorado or somebody that lives in Washington State and just so happens to own this company and does absolutely nothing, zero work to make that product. They don't deserve anything.
Right.
These workers deserve everything that they create.
And so what the workers, the big sticking point is that the company is trying to completely erase seniority provisions in their next contract. Yeah. Completely do away with seniority. No consideration for somebody that has given the best years of their life, looking towards retirement, they've got grandkids, they're looking towards retirement, given the best years of their life to this company. No consideration for seniority. That's what the company is asking for. And in addition to that, though, which is something I didn't realize, but that I saw on Payday reported this out, and Bloomberg.
Don't give him any.
And Bloomberg did some reporting on this. The company is also trying to cut healthcare. They're trying to do healthcare cuts in the middle of a pandemic, on top of trying to completely do away with seniority considerations. I mean,
in a company that's showing record profits.
Right.
This isn't a company that's struggling.
Yes.
They're showing record profits this past year.
I mean, my gosh, what a bunch of just cretins. Cretins.
Oh, I mean, it goes and never, it. I don't. It's sickening.
Yes,
it's sickening. But go by and support them.
Yeah,
There's folks in the Tri-City areas that listen to us. We got the Iron Workers, Jeb, Eddie, all those folks over there.
Oh, I'm sure they're already on the picket line.
We've had my members out there on the picket line. We go by. If you don't even want, it's cold.
Yes,
think about it. These folks are out there.
Right.
They hate what is happening so bad. They're standing out there in 20-degree weather in the middle of the night, making sure that the public knows about what's going on in that. If you don't even want to walk the picket line, drive by and lay down on your horn the whole way through and let those managers inside the plant know that you support those workers out there on the line. Building that public support is how they get a better contract. Withholding their labor is first and foremost, but secondly we need some public support.
Yeah, and this is just some stuff that I'm thinking about. But like if you live in the Shoals and your county commissioner, write to your county commissioner, tell them that you support these workers and that the county commission should come out with a statement supporting the workers. Write to your city council person, write to your state rep, write to your state senator. All these folks. Every single elected official that represents these workers should be coming out and saying, we support these completely reasonable demands that the workers have. We support their right to strike for better wages and working conditions. We support
just to keep what they've got.
Just to keep what they've got. That's my understanding. Correct me if they're not even asking for anything more than what they've got. They're asking for status quo.
I don't know. I mean, that's typical. With every contract in the past 10 to 15 years, most of the workers on the field in the field are they would be more than happy to sign a contract that doesn't change.
Right.
You're just trying
to keep up with inflation.
Just trying to hold on to what you got. But unfortunately, these corporations continually, they never miss a chance to attack worker rights, to attack your seniority, to attack your health care, to attack sick pay, to attack vacation. Every chance they get, they try to take something away.
Right. And seriously, every elected official that represents these workers should be coming out with a statement saying that they support them, especially the conservative free market folks that don't want to legislate better pay and working conditions, which is something that we're going to be talking about later in the show when we get to New York's Just Cause law that just passed. David and I have slightly differing opinions on that, which is fine. But especially these politicians that do not support legislating better pay and working conditions, that supposedly support the free market, that supposedly have this ideological problem with the state interfering, they should absolutely support these people exercising their First Amendment rights to advocate for better pay and working conditions they supposedly support good jobs. These are good jobs. They will not be good jobs if the company gets their way. Just for so many, any across the ideological spectrum, elected officials should be supporting these workers because they're not asking for anything crazy. They've got reasonable demands, and the company is doing well. There's no reason for these cuts. Write your representatives because they need to be coming out in support of these workers. It's really important.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate your time. If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week, get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/The Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_AL. David is on Twitter at Radical Unionist. That's spelled RADICL Unionist. If you missed part of the show and want to go back and watch it later, search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch the full show there, and we also clip segments and release them throughout the week. If you don't want to watch the full thing, totally understand. We also upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps. So, to see if we are on your listening platform of choice, go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. We have a website now. We're going to be maybe hopefully in the future populating that with some articles. We're going to have our videos uploaded on there. Bunch of good stuff. TheValleyLaborReport.org. And finally, if you appreciate our work and want to help us stay on the air, consider throwing us a couple dollars a month on patreon.com/TheValleyLaborReport. Or if you're a member of a union or an organization that would be interested in buying ad space, message the page or message, one of our accounts or something. Or if you know David or I, you can message us on Facebook, shoot us a text, give us a call. We're always accepting new advertisers on the program.